starting my live over there. You are live. So welcome in everybody on the YT. Tonight is Budget with Faith Mondays. Thank you. Welcome in. Truly appreciate everyone for being here. We are just starting the live. Thank you so much for liking the live. Truly appreciate it. Listen, we are going to get the budgets together. Okay. We are going to get it together. Okay. But before we start that, you guys, let me see. Welcome in. Truly, I know that some people had came in before and they probably left because they like, sometimes when you see the co-host, you be like, oh, sometimes you just be wanting that, specific live host unless, you kind of know about the event. So that was okay. So welcome in. I definitely shared out my live and seeing people here, but thank you everybody for being here. Thank you people on the YT. If you are watching, put replay in the chat. If you are watching on the replay, let me know where you guys are watching from. Put the city that you are watching from. Thank you so much. Let me see. I'm trying to read this name, y'all, and I can't even read the name. Sorry, forgive me if I'm not saying your name correctly. Thank you so much. Put the city where you guys are watching from so I can know where you're watching from. Let me know. My lives usually start at 8 o'clock, so I'm a little, behind, but I'm here. But we getting the budgets together, y'all. We getting the budget together. NC, North Carolina in the building. Okay, North Carolina. Who else? Where else are you guys watching from? Cali, Lady Nikki. Cali, Ohio. Ooh, Cali. I love that. Cali. I wish I was over there, y'all. Cali in the building. I am always on the other side of Cali. Okay. Faith Coach, thank you so much for joining, friend. Truly appreciate you for being here. We are talking about all things budget. We getting our budget together, y'all. If you didn't do your budget for October, it is okay because we're going to do it tonight. Okay. We are going to do it tonight. It's going to be simple steps because one of the things that I took away from the live that I just said is, you know what, when you hear the word budget, I feel like people just cringe up a little bit, oh my God, it just seemed so restrictive. But no, we're gonna make it simple, we're gonna make it easy, you guys. And I promise you, by the end of this live, you'll feel better about a budget. I'll be able to walk you through it. And we're going to get it together. We are going to get it together. So thank you so much for liking the live. If you did not get your daily heart, if you can go up and get the daily heart, you guys, thank you so much. If you could tap out the live and you can share it out. So we just going to do some questions really quick before we go into the budget. I want to ask a question. What's one thing that always throws your budget off? Let me know in the chat. What is that one thing that just every time it just throw your budget off? You just you know what? Every time this happens, it just always throws my budget off. What is that one thing, y'all? Put in the chat. What is that one thing that you're it's just constantly throwing my budget off? Ooh, look, y'all. Oh shoot. Look, flip the camera. We don't want to do that. Look, y'all see? No, we don't want to flip the camera. We want to take the mirror off. There we go. Look, y'all see my cell phone bill. Your cell phone bill always throws your budget off, friend? Okay, your cell phone bill. Well, we got to work on that cell phone bill for sure. We got to work on that cell phone bill. Put else in the chat. What throws your budget off? What is that one item that you you know what? Every freaking time. Every time. Let me put what else in the chat, you guys? Nissa, thank you so much for being here, friend. Yes, because it's always all over. Good evening, friend. Good evening. What's going on, friend? Good evening, Nissa. Thank you so much for being here. Yes, because it's all over. Groceries. You make a list, but I always end up getting more groceries. Thank you so much for being the title gifter of the finger hearts, friend. Thank you so much. We are talking about the one thing that always throw your budget off. What is that one thing that always throw your budget off? Thank you so much for the hand hearts. Listen, groceries, I get it, friend. groceries just is always a part of my budget where it's just like I constantly, oh, look at that October. I love it. Thank you. Oh my God, that was so cute. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for getting the fan club. Thank you so much for getting your heart me. The groceries, y'all. I know groceries, I'm not gonna lie. Groceries is definitely the one type that's like I'm always over. I totally agree. And you said in reference to your cell phone bill, friend, that it's because it's all over. What company is your cell phone bill with? Let me know. Because I'm not gonna lie, you guys, wishing you so much success during the month of October. And Nissa, thank you so much, friend. I truly appreciate it. I'm not gonna lie, October kind of really started. Thank you so much for sharing out the live. October kind of started with a little bang for me, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm like, whoa, okay, let's see what October is really. I have a lot of things that thank you so much for the populars. Truly appreciate it, you guys. Sorry about that. But yes, the groceries definitely is one, but the cell phone bill, I would say look into maybe trying to switch your provider, because I know I was with AT&T, y'all, for a long time, for years and years, and they were high as I don't know what. Okay, your girl had to switch over to T-Mobile. T-Mobile is cell phone be fluctuating. Oh, okay, your cell phone be fluctuating. Yes, I don't know, like I think it depends on the carrier, but I had T-Mobile and it don't fluctuate, y'all. My bill be the same every month. But you know what I stopped doing though? Oh my gosh, I want to tell y'all. Thank you so much, Lady Nikki, for coming in and joining the fan club, friend. Thank you so much for being here. You know what I did, y'all? That's so number one. Here's the one thing. We were just talking about one things that always throw your budget off before we get into the budget, because we are going to get into the budget tonight, y'all. We're going to get into it. One of the things that I refused to that I stopped doing when it came to my cell phone bill was financing cell phones. Y'all, okay? Stop financing the cell phones. Put it in the chat if you finance your cell phone. Now, it's no shame, no guilt over here, but friend, that was one of the reasons why my cell phone bill was so super high, because number one, I had my kids on there, but we was financing all of the new phones. I was like, after we pay off these phones, if we want another phone, we're gonna have to save our little money and get the phone flat out. And actually, for real, y'all, like if you buy a used phone, I did that before, but this past year I didn't. And it's okay, friend. It's okay if you didn't. These are just tips that that you can help. And some people have never. I realized it costed way too much. Yes, because I was about to say that some of the newer phones, if you buy it like used or you buy it flat out, it's cheaper than actually having it financed, because your bill be sky high, y'all. Sky high. So that's another thing. If your cell phone bill is really high, don't finance it, y'all. Because listen, I'm gonna say, if we can't pay it for cash, then keep your little old whatever phone, whatever iPhone you have, if it's a 13 or whatever. If it work, keep it, okay? And even if you want to upgrade to another phone, buy it in cash. What time do you go live again? I go live at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I did switch my time, just only switch it up to 8 o'clock p.m. because I switched my hours at my job. I want to add you to my rotation. Sure, thank you. Yep, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. But I am going to make sure I put that information in my bio. I'm just trying to do the bio over again. So yeah, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I was going at 8:30, so I just changed it to 8 p.m. Yes, 8 p.m. Yep. I am going to definitely put it in my bio. But yep, it's 8 p.m. And I was going at 8:30, so it's not really that big of a difference. But yeah, I know that people will look for you at a certain time, and that's the one thing with building community. You definitely have to show up. Well, whenever you say you're going to show up, that's when you got to show up. So that's how you definitely build a community. But yes, a couple tips, y'all. I'm just trying to fix this phone so it can be centered. Yeah, so Monday through Friday, girlfriend. No, not Monday through Friday. That's every day. No, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, 4 days a week. I need Tuesday and Thursday off. Maybe Tuesday and Thursday will be a pop-up, and maybe a Saturday will be a pop-up. But no, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, 4 days. That's it, y'all. Listen, your girl, I got to work, and I need some rest, and I need to create content and all of the things. And then I have to have coaching clients on the side. Okay, yes. They had time for my clients. 4 days, yes, 4 days for, and that's it. That's what I can stick to. And then, 4 days, but I go for 2 hours. So 8 p.m. to 10, you know what I mean? Depending on the room and everything like that. But yeah, 4 days right now, friend. I can't do no more right now because I still have coaching clients on the side. I still work. I'm still a mom of 3. Okay. So yes, I only can do. Thank you so much for joining, friend. Is it Bonk? Thank you so much for joining. Truly appreciate it. So again, yeah, when we talk about the cell phones, yes, don't finance the phone. And you know what? Another thing that I stopped doing, y'all, I stopped paying for insurance. Now, don't come for me in the comments, y'all. Don't come for me in the comments. But I stopped paying for insurance on my cell phone. So let me know how y'all feel about that. Why? Because all right, so let's be practical. Thank you so much. Is it Bob for joining? Thank you so much, friend. So let's just be practical for a second. Just hear me out. Hear me out before y'all come for me in the comments. So if you have a case on your phone, you have the screen protector, I get it if you lost your phone, or if you're a person that loses your phone easily. But I've had this phone for 3 years. I have a screen protector on it. I haven't dropped it. And it's just I'm paying for the insurance. Why? Now, here's the logic that I'm saying in it. This is an older phone. So I feel like I could just buy a new one whenever, if I want to get another one, if it's lost or whatever, right? But I just was like, I don't really need the insurance because I could just buy another phone if I wanted to. But listen, I know people are like, girl, you crazy. I need to have insurance. But just think about it. I know that insurance, and here's what I say. Because it's almost like having health insurance. You like, oh, maybe I should just not have, cut off my health insurance. And no, I ain't saying that. But I'm like, I'm paying for this insurance. And I mean, my phone, I've had it for 3-4 years. And you add that up, I don't know how much the insurance is, whether it's $12 or whatever. I don't know how much it is. But you figure that money add up. And I was just thinking I could just definitely, if I wanted to get another phone, I could just save and get another phone. Again, maybe my logic is not right in reference to the insurance, y'all, but I definitely don't have insurance on my iPhone. But we'll see. Gary, thank you so much for pleasantries. Thank you so much for joining, friend. Thank you so much for liking the live. Now I know maybe I'm crazy with that. Y'all can say that, but I don't know. I don't have insurance on my phone. Great. I always say Gary. I don't know why, friend. I always say Gary and it's gray. I literally always read it Gary and it's gray. I'm so sorry, friend. And it literally says that in the name. And I always say Gary. I'm so sorry. Gray. I'm gonna get it together. Pleasantries. Thank you so much for joining, friend. Thank you so much. Truly appreciate it. We are talking about all things. Carl, Renee, thank you so much for joining, friend. Truly appreciate everyone for being here tonight. All of the new people. Today is Budget with Faith Mondays, where we are going to get our budget together. My name is Janine. I talk about all things personal finances with God and the center. So truly appreciate everyone for being here. Renee, thank you so much for joining, friend. We are talking about budgets. If you guys can like the live and you can tap it out and you can share it. If you didn't get your daily heart points, if you got your daily heart at the top, it not only helps me as a TikTok live host, but it also helps you as the viewer, and you get your engagement points from TikTok. So thank you so much for sharing out the live, for liking it. So one of the questions I asked was, what's the one thing that always throws your budget off? Here's the next question. Thank you so much for the first gift, friend. Oh, you did your first gift. Thank you so much for the heart me, friend. Truly appreciate it. Oh, you got your first gift. Thank you. Now, this is another question, you guys. Would you rather have a raise or one bill paid forever? Oh, this is a good question, y'all. Let me know in the chat. Would you rather have a raise or have one bill paid forever? Let me know. Sunshine, thank you so much for joining. One bill paid forever. The one bill paid forever. Oh, y'all don't want that raise though. But what if the raise? What? How big is the raise? It don't say how big the raise is, y'all. It don't say it. They don't say it. Listen, that's the beauty of the question. Don't say how big the raise is. You gotta pick one or the other. One, would you rather have a raise or have that one bill paid? Everybody, one lady, Nikki, that one bill paid forever. Oh, great. What? Look, I got it together. I'm about to say, did I say Gary? Great pleasantries. Which one you choosing, friend? Which one you choosing? I'm thinking the college debt. So wait a minute. So you thinking the one bill paid, or you thinking the raise? Which one? Is either the one bill paid. Charlotte, thank you so much. The one bill paid. Okay, the one bill paid forever. Okay, but listen, y'all. Destiny, thank you so much for joining, friend. Truly appreciate it. The one bill paid. So, but wait, what if that raise was like $1 million, y'all? Like, what if the raise was like $1 million? And you just want that one bill paid? That college debt or whatever the bill, it could be, let's say it's your mortgage. You just had that mortgage that's like, I don't know. Let's estimate a mortgage, $2,500. That's it. And then, but your raise could have been $1 million that could have paid that bill over and over and over again, y'all. That's why I asked the question. I know. We knew there's no raise that's $1 million right now. I know, y'all. I know. If it was super high, I would have chose the raise. I know. I know, y'all. I know. Thank you so much, Tay. Tay, for joining. I know. But that's the part of the engagement question, y'all. That's the part of it. So, next question, you guys. What's your budgeting vibe tonight? Is it calm and cozy, or is it focused and fierce? What Love it. Thank you. What's y'all vibe when y'all do y'all budgets, or even if you don't do your budgeting, because we're gonna do it tonight? What would be your vibe? Is it kind of calm and cozy, like, listen, I'm just gonna get it together, calm and cozy, or is it focused and fierce, like we are focused, we are tapped in? My queens have a purpose this week. Oh, Jay, thank you so much for joining, friends. So you focused and fierce, like, listen, we getting it together. I'm focused and fierce. Everybody focused and fierce. Oh, Jay, thank you so much for joining, friend. Brittany, thank you so much for joining, friend. So let me know who else. How is your budget? Is it calm and nobody calm and cozy? Nobody is calm and cozy with their budget. Everybody focused and fierce. Tracy, thank you so much for joining, friend. Truly appreciate it. We are talking about all things personal finances with God in the center. So tonight we're talking about our budgets, and we're trying to figure out what's your vibe tonight in reference to your budget. Is it calm and cozy, or is it focused and fierce? What is it? Let me know. Bill Rob, thank you so much for joining. Put in a chat. Let me know how the vibe of your budget is. Like, you know what? I'm just gonna be calm and I'm just gonna be cozy with my budget with a hot cup of coffee, or I'm just gonna be focused, y'all. Like we getting it together. Like we are getting it together. I'm be focused and fierce. Let me know in the chat which one. I'm not gonna lie, your girl gonna be calm and cozy. Okay. I'm gonna have a heated blanket on, y'all. I'm gonna have a heated blanket. I'm gonna be having a sip of my little coffee, and we're gonna get the budget, and we just gonna be calm about it. But again, there's nothing wrong with being focused and fierce. I get it. There's nothing wrong with it. So, okay. So, put in the chat, who is doing their budget for the first time this month? Calm. Okay. Yes, friend. Calm. Me and you both, we are calm. Yes. So let me know in the chat who is doing their budget the first time this month. Let me know. And again, there's no shame, no guilt here. We gonna get it together. We are gonna get it together. We're gonna get it together, you guys. So let me know in the chat if you're like, this is the first time I'm doing my budget. Me. Okay, friend. It's okay. Again, let me see who else. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for live. So let me know who else I can't see who is coming in the room. Thank you so much for being here. Wellness, thank you so much for joining, friend. So who else is just doing their budget for the first time this month? And it's okay if you are, because we get it together. We is going to get the budget together. Let me know in the chat if you're like, Janine, I'm just doing the budget the first time this month. And again, we only in the sixth, day of October. So it's not too bad. Wellness, thank you so much for joining, friend. So let me know in the chat if you or who's doing their budget for the first time this month. Let me know who it is if you guys are doing your budget. And again, it is okay if you are, because we're going to get it together. We're going to go step by step to get the budget together. We're going to get it step by step. So let me know. Okay. So, all right. So I always love the engagement questions, you guys. Love it. So let's walk through this. I wish I had I gotta get me a whiteboard, y'all, but we're gonna walk through this budget, right? So let me see if I can let me see what you guys see. So hopefully you guys can see this. All right. So I want to just show you guys if you could see, all right, you could see the tracker. So this is one of my paycheck trackers, you guys, that I use every single. I get paid weekly, but let me see. All right, I'm trying to focus it on the camera, y'all. Hold up, here we go. All right, so this is a paycheck tracker that I use every time. Sorry, so y'all can so people on the YT can see it too as well. You can see it. So I use this every single time I get paid, y'all. Every single time. You understand? Every single time I get paid, I use one of these. Now, again, these trackers is available in my Sand store. They like $6, y'all. It's a digital download. You can they add me Axical. I'm not doing it right now. You can download. Hopefully y'all can see it. So I'm trying to get this in the camera. All right. So this is a digital download. I do this every single time I get paid. So if you get paid bi-weekly, if you get paid weekly, listen, get you a budget tracker. Listen, you can print this out like I did, or you could just keep it on your iPad. Either way, y'all. Either way. But we want to break it down, okay? So hopefully you guys can see it. All right. So hopefully, hold on. Let me see. All right, there we go. So we are going to start with this first category right here is your income. Your income. That's the first thing that you need to do. All right. I'm sorry, y'all. This thing is just driving because I'm trying to show y'all at the same time. All right. Because I feel like this is just not a good. Oh, all right. There we go. So first thing we need to start with is our income. List your income out. Okay. All of the income, the side income, the right there is good. I know, yo, I need a whiteboard, y'all. I bear with me, right? I'm trying to sit up there and figure this out, but because it's opposite for me. So you see, I just put a simple thing so y'all can see it, but it says income, paycheck. Write your paycheck down. Everything that comes in there. Everything that comes in for the people on the YT, everything that's coming in. If you have side income, if you have now see, the only thing I'm not gonna lie, y'all, when I talk about like when I tell it's a lot of moms that are following me, if you have child support and stuff like that, I don't know how if it's really dependable, because I'll be I don't know if I would want you to add it in there, but I would really have to look at your budget. But anything that is coming in, you have to start here with the income. Write down your income. Every single, if you have a business, especially the business, if you have a business, whatever money that you are paying to yourself, that's what you're going to do. So this first category here, and it has a couple, squares here for you to write down your income. I don't care if it's variable, if you're an entrepreneur, and it's this is another thing. Because see, the 9-to-5 people, you kind of probably know your income, right? You know exactly what's coming in. But let's say that you are a type of person where your income variable, it changes, right? It's up and down. Then I would say put the least amount that you think that you're going to get. The least amount that you think you're going to get, that you know what, I'm going to at least see this amount of money. Don't go with the highest amount, because it's going to just throw the whole budget off. So the first thing, when you start a budget, write down your income down, everything. Okay. So that's this category. The next category, you guys, which is very important for all of the people that's on here that are believers. Now, even if you are not a believer, this next category is very important. This is tithes and charity. Because I always tell people there are three things that you need to be doing to with your money. You should be, is generosity. You should be giving it, not all of it, but having some type of generosity, giving to maybe a charity or giving to your church tithe. If you are not believer, maybe you have a charity that you like to give. Make sure that you are in a habit of giving, of giving back in some way. So this category, as soon as we have our income here, the next thing, tithes, if you are a believer, take that 10% out and give it to God. Take the 10% out. I know you may be like, Dad, just take it out. Take it out. That's the next category, you guys. 10%, give it to God. Okay. Next category. Let's talk about it. Is our non-negotiables. This is called your fixed expenses. Jennifer, thank you so much for joining, friend. Your fixed expenses. What are fixed expenses? So fixed expenses, you guys, is expenses that do not change, right? That's why it's called fixed. The expenses that you have to pay. Fixed expenses could be your mortgage, your now I wouldn't say car note because I have a section for debt. So your mortgage, your electric bill, your cell phone bill, 10% on the paycheck. Wait a minute, Sean, 10% on the paycheck. What you bring home? 10% on the paycheck. What you bring home? Yes, what you bring home. Yeah. Now again, some people can argue with that and say they do 10% of the gross. And for tithes, yes, Sean. So yes, I do 10% of what I bring home. Now again, Anissa, thank you so much for joining. Be right back. Okay. Now again, some people, I do it from what I bring home. Some people may say, no, you know what? You need to do it from the gross for the actual money, but you not seeing the gross because Uncle Sam takes his taxes. So again, if you want to do it on your gross, that's fine. I'm not here to say it, but 10% is what I do, is what I bring home. Now again, some of the, believers like, no, it's supposed to be gross. Listen, I honestly, do I really feel like God is arguing about us? Like, oh, that you gave me 10% of what you bring home rather than you give me 10% of your gross. I mean, I'm not going to be here to argue with that. I'm just going to tell you, just give the 10%. So soon after we look at the income, then give the 10%. The next, fixed expenses. So again, we're talking about your rent, your cell phone, your internet, your gas, your electric, your water, your sewer. All of that is going to go into this next category. You write all of that down here, y'all. Write it all down. And usually, it shouldn't fill up all of this, but if it do, I have other ones that you could print out. But again, fixed expenses, everything that does not change in your budget. You got to pay your rent. You got to pay your electric bill, your water bill, all of that. That's going to go in this category. Now, I don't know if you guys can really see on this, but it's actually two lines, because what you want to put is what you budgeted for. So this is where you're estimating that the electric bill is going to be $50, or you're estimating the internet bill to be $60. So there's one category where you actually put what you budgeted for, and then it's another line which actually came out of your account. So sometimes those numbers may be off. So you always have to when you writing this down, you always have to go back and put on there what actually came out of your account. Because just like, I would say, like, for my electric bill, usually my electric bill is not, I estimate it, but it may be off by $5, $6, whatever the case may be. But make sure that you are going back and putting your actual, just like for your check. Sometimes you can estimate your check to be a certain amount. And let's say, you got a little raise or whatever, the taxes are off a little bit, whatever the case may be. So you always put what you budget for, what you think it's going to be, and then put what it actually hits your account, the amount that actually hits your account. So, all right. So that's the fixed expenses. Next category here, y'all, is the debt. Jennifer, thank you so much for joining, friend. All of your debt, your student loans, your credit cards, your car notes, your payday loans, whatever debt you have, you want to put it right here. Oh, that's the category for the debt. Whatever it is you have. Again, car, any type of debt, any type of payday loans, any type of afterpay, and whatever it is, put it all in this category, y'all. Okay. Then this next one, put a 1 if you're following me. Put a 1. I could always go back. Thank you so much, Fred, for joining for getting your heart me. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys are following me. If I'm going too fast, something you want me to repeat, put a 1 if you are following me. Like, Janine, I got it. Let me know. And I'm gonna get a better whiteboard, y'all. I'm really get a better whiteboard because I really want y'all to like really see it. But again, we gotta improvise while we can. Put a 1 in the chat if you are following me. Good. Let me know. And if you guys could tap out the live and share. I know the people on YouTube, they probably can't even see the thing, but put a 1 if you are following me. Thank you so much for joining, friend. Truly appreciate. Is this paycheck tracker in your bio? Yes, it is, friend. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And it actually comes with, a couple different colors of the paycheck tracker. And it comes with a monthly budget where I show you how to add all your numbers up. So that's a whole nother thing. But yep, it's like, I think it's like $12.99 or maybe $6.99. It's one of them. And it's a digital download, friend. All you have to do is purchase it one time and you have it. And again, I just printed it out, but you can keep, if you're a digital girly and you like, Janine, I'm not doing the paper, like that's just a little too much. You can always do it on your iPad. I honestly show you guys. I'm using my iPad right now, but I can show you. So you don't have to print it out. But if you're a paper and pen person like I am, then you could just print it out. Or you could use it on your iPad and you could just write out your numbers here. But this is, I'm telling you guys, this is what I do every week. If you get paid, oh, thank you so much for the quirky friend. Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm telling you guys, every time the money hits my account, I go to this tracker. I do not play, y'all. Sometimes I will let the money sit in my account until I look at my numbers, until I figure out what's I gotta pay. Like I'm telling you guys, this is one of the first steps that you have to do in reference to your budget. Have a paycheck tracker. If you get paid every 2 weeks, you could do this every 2 weeks. If you get paid every week, you could fill this out every week, but you gotta fill it out. We gotta figure out what we paying, the bills, and add it all together. So all of that. So again, it's very simple and it's easy. So all right, so we said the debt, car notes, all of the things. The next one, this category right here is your variable expenses. This, y'all, is going to be groceries, gas in your car. Variable is the expenses that can change, that you have the ability to kind of peel back a little bit to say, you know what, okay, I'm not going to spend that much in groceries today or, this month, or let me see. So variable expenses here. Also, like if you get your nails done, all of that, variable expenses, beauty, I put like toiletries in here, and then miscellaneous. I always tell people for variable expenses, make sure you have a miscellaneous category, because that's just for the things that you just really you forget, whatever it is, just to have a miscellaneous. So this is where I put all this information on your variable expenses. And again, the variable expenses is things that can change, that you can kind of peel back. You may have a budget for groceries of $300, and you say, you know what, let me see if I can try to spend $250. You know what I mean? Or you may have a gas budget, to gas in your car $100, and you say, you know what, let me just peel it back to $75. So this is all in this category, variable expenses. Next category is your savings, your sinking funds, all of those jazz. Like, so if you are saving, let's say, especially for the holiday, you guys, holidays are coming up. So let's just say that, you know what, you have some money left over and you say, you know what, you put a line item for Christmas. All right, we're going to put Christmas here and we're going to put $20 to it. Any type of savings. And you know what, also I put in this category too, y'all, sometimes, like if you are a business owner, I will put, like, if I'm putting money towards my business or anything you're saving for, you could put here, or any type of sinking fund. So this category says savings or sinking funds. So any type of sinking funds, Christmas, medical, holiday, clothes for your kids, any of that, you want to put this here. You want to put this here. And then this right here at the bottom, most important, y'all, is basically the summary of all of the boxes, right? So you're going to put your income first. You're going to put it at this first box. Then the next thing, you're going to put the tithes, what you paid for your tithes. Then the next one is going to be what you put for your fixed expenses. and your variable expenses and what you saved. Now, here's the key. If you take your income and you minus all your expenses, and if it comes to zero, then that's called a zero-based budget. Now, what if you do your income, list out all your debt and all of that, all your expenses, and you're in the negative? Let me know in the chat what's the first thing you think to do. If you wrote down all your numbers, and again, this is for your paycheck. So if it's like a 2-week and you write down all your numbers and you put it in a summary and you add it up and then it's negative, tell me in the chat, what's the first thing you want to do? What's the first thing you want to think to do if it's in the negative? Let me know. Miss Jessie, thank you so much for coming in, friend. Thank you so much for the heart me. Thank you so much. Let me know in the chat, you guys, what is the first thing that we're going to do if we added all our income up and all our expenses and now we in a negative $200? What are we going to do? Because again, this is a real for most people. Like if you add all your expenses up and you just don't have enough money coming in, what is the first thing that you want to do? Thank you so much for liking the live, sharing out the live. And it's okay, you guys, if you don't know, put in the chat, Janine, I don't know. I really don't know what to do. Wendy, thank you so much for joining, friend. We are breaking down our budget. Cut something out you don't need. Sean, I like that. Now, this is my question, friend. What are we going to cut out? Well, what category would we cut out first? What category are we cutting out first? Let me know in the chat. Thank you so much for liking the live. For all the new people that are here, we are talking about a budget. These paycheck trackers, Netflix, Miss Jessie, Netflix. Okay. This is a budget tracker, and I wish that you guys could see it better. Sorry, I'm going to get a whiteboard so y'all really can see it better. I would request for me would see if I could lower the internet. Yes. So sorry, you guys, if you can't really see, but these budget trackers are available. A link in my bio. It's a digital download. I think it's like $6, y'all. You might be able to upload a screenshot of the tracker and put it on your screen. Yes, I love that. I love that, friend. I love that. Yes, I know, because this tracker, I wish y'all guys could like really, really see it. Like, and it's another thing too that I'm really thinking about doing, like the TikTok live studio, where you can see me on like the top of the screen, but then you also can see the tracker more. But again, these tracker, y'all, and this, I'm telling you, I do this religiously, y'all. I'm telling you, people know, I do this religiously, y'all. I do not play when it comes down to every time you get paid, you need to be filling out some type of tracker, whether it's paper, whether it's digital. You need to have a tracker where you're inputting your income, you're putting your expenses on there, and you're really looking at your numbers to see what you have to pay. So y'all said internet. Okay. So this section right here, y'all, the variable expenses is the first thing that we are going to cut. So, because a lot of people, again, I'm teaching the scenarios that a lot of people have more bills than money. So this scenario is so true. If you add up all your things and you're like, I really can't, like my numbers are coming out negative. The first thing we looking at is your variable expenses. That's the first thing, y'all. Thank you so much for the donuts, Miss Jessie. Thank you so much. That's the first thing we're going to tackle. So thank you so much for becoming the title gifter, friend. Truly appreciate you. Thank you so much. So yes, that's the first thing we are going to tackle, y'all. The variable expenses. Because again, the variable expenses is that category that can be changed. All right. That can, we can say, you know what? Because the fixed expenses, your mortgage, your all of that can't be changed. And for the debt, sometimes like if the budget is like really over, I would look at the debt too, but it really depends on the debt. Like it really depends on your payments and all of that. That's why I always tell people, like, these scenarios, I'm giving a mock budget, but I really don't know. Like everybody personal finance, is different. So I really have to look at your numbers, because sometimes some of these debts that are high, sometimes people have like high debt payments, high car note payments. That's when we are really looking at what's your interest rates on your debts. What can we tweak a little bit? Can we do a refinances? That's when we are really digging deep into the budget, because some of these debts can be really high where you don't have any breathing room or any margin or none of that. But before we even tackle the debt, yes, that's the first thing we're going to do is look at the variable expenses. So, again, I have talked about this on my live several times. Again, we are talking about variable expenses. So internet, if you got a high internet bill, friend, we may have to cut the internet bill for a little bit. Variable expenses also that I put on here, y'all, is fast food, like a fast food budget. We're going to have to cut that out, because again, we want our numbers to not only be in the positive, but you want to have margin. And if you ever heard financial gurus talk about it, do y'all know what margin is? Let me know in the chat if you know what margin is. They asking me to do this live goal again, y'all. Oh, man. Let me know. I'm going to put this down for a second. Let me know, you guys, because I want you guys to be familiar with the terms as well. So if you hear it, then you know what it is. Let me know in the chat if you know what margin is. I'm just going to put this on here. Let me know if you know what margin is. I hope TikTok gonna be thinking I'm like selling something. Then they be drawing about it. Let me know in the chat, you guys, if you know what the margin is. Let me know. Let me know. And if you guys don't know what margin is, I'm going to teach you tonight what it is. I'm going to teach you tonight what margin is. So put a 1 in the chat if you do know what margin is. Put a 2 in the chat if you don't. So 2 means you don't know what margin is. 1 in the chat means you do know what margin is. Let me know in the chat, y'all. Let me know if y'all know. Let me know if y'all know. And if y'all don't, it's okay. Let me know. 1 in the chat if you know what margin is. 2 in the chat if you don't know what margin is. 2. What did I say? 2 you don't know? Now I forgot what I said. I said 2 you don't know? I think I said 2 you don't know. And let me know. I think I said 2 you don't know. Did I say 2 you don't know? I thought I said 1. Now, yes, 2 you don't know. Okay. So it's okay. It's okay if you don't know. So margin is the amount of money that you have that's left over after you pay all your bills, after you pay all of your expenses. So that's what, when you hear financial gurus talk about your margin, that's what margin is. It's the money that you have left over, the positive money, right? So let's just say, I'm gonna give you an example. Let's just say your check is $2,000 and you have expenses that equal up to $1,500. Your margin is $500. So $500 is what you have left over after you paid all your expenses and you did all the things. So when you ever hear financial gurus talk about margin, that's what it is. So again, when we look at the budget and we want to have margin, right? But again, sometimes when you are living paycheck to paycheck, sometimes people don't have margin, and that's where we need to tweak the budget. But again, sometimes when you do the budget, people are in the negative. And when you're in the negative, first thing again that you're going to cut is your variable expenses. We're going to try to really, double down on a budget. What can we peel? Can we cut some subscriptions? Can we cut the eating out budget? Can we, switch to cell phone? You know what else, y'all, that I did? For all the people on here, I had saved, and this is another thing. I was like, put in the chat if you were like me that was loyal to your car insurance people. I was loyal to, I forgot who I had. Who did I have, y'all? Oh, I know who I had. I had Liberty Mutual. And I think I was paying maybe $200. I don't know how much I was paying, maybe like $250. And I had Liberty Mutual for like 3-4 years, y'all. And I just constantly paid the car insurance and that's just what it is, because that's just what I had. Let me know if you're that type of person that you just are loyal to your car insurance, you're loyal to these, you know, the people that you just so used to paying. Let me know. Let me know in the chat if you are like me, that you know, you just pay your car insurance, you just pay your cell phone bill, and you don't shop around. Because let me tell you guys, I shopped around for car insurance. Not anymore. Yes, Miss Jessie. Yes, yes, yes. Because I'm telling you, being loyal to these customers, I mean to these places, these you know, the I'm trying to think. I'm saying places. Being loyal to these companies means nothing. Okay. Being loyal doesn't mean that you're going to save money. They're not going to give you the discount. I'll tell people all the time, make sure you're shopping around for your car insurance. Especially y'all. I'm telling you right now, any homeowners in the room, put in the chat if you own a home. Let me tell you guys, y'all. I've been in my house for 3 years and I'm totally upset. And I'm like so mad that I did not do this. So when I first bought my house, I don't even think I shopped around for my homeowner's insurance. I just kind of went with like whoever the mortgage person went with. Never shopped around for my homeowner's insurance. And I've been in this house for 3 years, and my homeowner's insurance went up, which made my mortgage go up. And I was just like, oh, wait a minute. The mortgage company called me and said, you know, your mortgage is going up. It didn't go up that much because I have a fixed mortgage, but it went up like $50, let's just say. And I was just like, oh, they was like, well, your homeowner's insurance is going up. So that's why your mortgage is going up. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm like, well, now the only reason why I shopped around because it was going up. That's the only reason why. If I didn't shop around, then I would have just kept that homeowner's insurance for forever. Yo, you guys, I shopped around for my homeowner's insurance, and why did it drop my mortgage payment $200? You know, I was overpaying my mortgage $200 for almost 3 years because I didn't shop around the insurance, y'all. Lighthouse, thank you so much for joining, friend. Truly appreciate it. We are talking about, wow, exactly. When I tell you guys, I was so mad. Lighthouse, we are talking about our budgets tonight, friend. And I was so mad, y'all. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe all this time. If I would have shopped around for better insurance, it could have saved me so much money. So again, when we are really looking at our budget and we are trying to really look at things that we can save, make sure you shop around for your car insurance. Look for the best, you know, company or the best price. If you have to switch your car insurance every 6 months, then so be it. Okay, make sure you are shopping around for that. Cell phone bills as well. You know what, you guys, I'm thinking of, do you guys heard of Mint Mobile? Let me know in the chat if you heard of Mint Mobile, because if you like me, do you see the commercials and they be like $15 a month for the cell phone bill? I'm like, shoot, this might save me some coins. I may think about, I know people that do have it. No, look into it. Listen, I've heard really good reviews on this Mint Mobile where your cell phone bill is a flat, like I think if you get like the unlimited plan, it's like a flat $40 or something like that. And I see the commercials about it all the time. And I'm like, man, that would save me. My cell phone bill is $100. So shoot, that would save me $50. So again, we're thinking about ways to create margin in our budget to really, you know, achieve those bigger goals. Because somebody be like, Janine, well, why we got to do all of this? Okay. If you don't have an emergency fund, if you really want to save for your kids' college, maybe if you really want to really do Christmas this year without swiping your credit card. When you tweak certain things like this in your budget, it is going to allow more margin in your budget. And when you have more margin in your budget, you can spend on the things that you really, truly care about, right? Maybe you've been eyeing a pocketbook, y'all. Maybe you've been eyeing those shoes, but you like, dang, my budget is so tight. If you really look at some ways and leaks and, you know, things that we can modify in our budget, you may can get those shoes you want. You may can get that bag that you want. Not only that, let's talk about it on another level. Let's talk about investing, right? I always tell people that making sure that you need to, if you do not have a high yield savings account, this is probably be another live. Put in the chat, you guys, if you have a high yield savings account, a HYSA. Put in the chat if you have a high yield savings account, let me know. Because I want to see some yeses in the chat, but it's okay if you don't, because this will be a whole nother live. Because we need to have a high yield savings account. We need to be parking our money in a higher account that is going to gain. No, Miss Jessie. Okay, friend. And again, no judgment here. Lighthouse, thank you so much for joining again. No judgment here. No. Ooh, you guys are missing out. Oh man, I gotta do another live on that because I gotta talk about the banks and all of that. Oh man. So I'm gonna do another live on that, y'all, because that's a live in itself. Help us, yeah. Listen, that's another live in itself, you guys. A high yield savings account. So right now, for a typical savings account, the banks may give you. Ashley, thank you so much for joining, friend. Truly appreciate you for being here. The banks are probably giving you anywhere between like, I think the percentage on a regular savings account is like 0.35. It's nothing. You're not gaining any type of interest on your money, like at all. A high yield savings account, you are going to gain interest on your money, but at a higher rate. So usually the average rate for high yield savings accounts are like 3.5. Some banks are like 4, but I feel like the average right now for the market is about 3.5. So what does that mean for you? I'm going to break it down for you guys. So what does that mean for you? So if you have an emergency fund, let's just say you have an emergency fund and you got about $2,000 in there. If you have it in a high yield savings account, it is going to gain interest every month. And the interest on it is going to be, I'm just going to say average about, you may gain $10 every month off of you parking your emergency fund in there for the 2,000 that's sitting there. So that means you're not doing anything to the money. It's just sitting in the account, and you probably will get $10 a month for just sitting there. Now, here's the catch. The more money you put in your high yield savings account, the more interest it's going to gain. So that $10 will turn into $15. That $15 will turn into 30. The 30 will turn into 40, 50, and so on and so forth. So again, this is what Charlie, thank you so much for joining. These are what, the other people are doing. I'm not going to say any names, but we weren't taught these things. But people that are really into their finance and wealth building, they put large amounts of money into their high yield savings account, and they live or they take from the interest. They don't even touch their money. So if you have, let's just say $10,000 in a high yield savings account, you may gain, let's say, $100 or $150. They touch the $150 and they let the $10,000 stay in there. So again, there's strategic ways for you guys, for us to really have our money really working for you. Okay. But again, it is not going to be working for you if you parking it into a regular savings account. So again, I can talk about the different type of banks that best are high yield savings account, but you guys got to come back for that. I be dropping too many gems, y'all. I be dropping too many gems. No, I'm kidding. I can talk about some of the good banks that I would say to park your high yield, to park your emergency fund in. But yeah, that's gonna be a different live, yo. But again, but we got to start somewhere. We definitely got, because it's like so much to personal finances. It's not only high yield savings account. We talking about if you have kids in college, the 529 plan. What type of plan do you trying to save for your kids? We also talking about, and I didn't really talk about credit, y'all. I mean, it's so many things that you was talking about. But again, sometimes personal finance can just be so overwhelming, and I don't want to overwhelm you guys. So again, we talking about the budget, right? I'm not going to go off topic, because sometimes I can go off topic. But again, I will do since savings, since Wednesday, I will talk more about the high yield savings account. So make sure you come back for that, because I'm going to tell you what banks to park your money in, because since that's a savings live, so then that will be good. So make sure you come back on Wednesday. So we will talk about it. Cassandra, thank you so much for joining. But again, the budget, y'all. Let me know if you have any questions about the budget. If you want me to go over anything, if you want me to explain things again for you. But again, these templates is in my bio. It's a digital download. And again, I'm going to talk about the steps. First thing you have to do when you do your budget, write down your income. Everything that's coming in, write it down. Write it down, write it down, write it down. 2, list you do the tithe and giving. If you're a believer, make sure that you're giving that 10% to God. Make sure that you do that first after you write down your income. 3, your fixed expenses. Again, this is the expenses that do not change. This is your mortgage. This is your rent. This is your electric bill, your internet, your cell phone bill, all of that. Then 4 is your debt payments, your car notes, your credit cards, your student loans. All of that is going to go into that category. Then the next one is the variable expenses. And this is the one that can change. Your groceries, your car gas, your hair, your nails, your haircut. All of that is going to go into the variable expenses. The third, the other category is your savings and sinking funds. If you, this is a Christmas holiday season, so we should be having a savings or a sinking funds for Christmas. That should be a line item in your budget. And again, we need to be adding up all the numbers. So the first thing you want to do is have your income at the top. Then list all your expenses and your debt payments. List all that out. And you want to take your income minus your expenses, and it should, if it equals up to 0, then we need to work on it. But what we want to do is we want a positive number. We want that margin that I talked about. So let's just say your check is $2,000 and you list out all your income or your expenses and it comes to $1,500. Your margin is $500. So that's the thing that we want to work towards. We want to work towards getting margin in our budget. We need that extra after we paid off everything. That's what we need to be focusing on. And again, if you add up all your bills and your money and it's a negative, then we're going to have to peel back something. We're going to have to really, and then sometimes, I will say, y'all, I'm not going to lie. Sometimes it may be an income problem where we can't cut anymore and you just not maybe making enough. So let's talk about if you're not making enough, right? Let's talk about it. If you're not making enough at your job, I'm going to be real and very, very honest and transparent, friend. We may have to pick up a side hustle. We may have to DoorDash a little bit. We may have to Uber Eats. We may have to do some things that is really going to get your ROI, which is return on your investment. So let's say that you're a teacher. I would say to you, maybe you should tutor on the side. Let's say you're a hairdresser. Make sure you try to pick up some extra clients. Whatever that you are good at, whatever that you excel in, or whatever you do like on your day job, try to do that, on your side, because you're going to get a bigger ROI, return on your investment, rather than doing just like DoorDash or Instacart. So it really just depends. But let me tell you what I got for you guys, right? Let me tell you what I got. I have a 15 side hustle guide for busy moms. 15 different side hustles right here, y'all. Link is in the bio. Go check it out and download it. I think I got virtual assistant in there. So many different. I did the side hustle thing a while ago, but 15 different side hustle ideas for you to think about, because sometimes it is an income problem. Right? Is sometimes we peel back the budget as much as we can. We did the variable expenses, pull back as much as we can, and we can't stretch it anymore, and you still in the negative. Then I would say, friend, we gotta bring in some more money. We gotta bring in some more money. So again, the guide is free download. Go check it out in my bio. But it's just going to give you some ideas. Say, you know what? I never even thought about that. Like virtual assistant. Gabby, thank you so much for joining, friend. Virtual assistant, y'all. Like if you do clerical stuff at your job, you can go on Fiverr and become a virtual assistant and just be scheduling. You can like do a small business owner, right? Like somebody like me, like a small business owner. And you could do their books or do their clerical or schedule their meetings and get like $75 an hour or maybe $100. Virtual assistant is easy. And they looking for people that they can trust to do it. Thank you so much, Michelle, for liking the live. Truly appreciate it. So again, y'all, this is just getting our wheels turning a little bit for you to think outside the box. Thank you so much, Michelle, for joining the friend club. Truly appreciate you for being here. So again, thank you so much for liking the live. Again, we're doing this so again, what's the purpose of doing all of this, right, y'all? What's the purpose? Oh man, because we want margin in our budget, right? We want margin in our budget, because when you have margin in your budget, when you are really not stressed about your finances, it releases the anxiety. It releases the anxiety. You know, like the anxiety be like in your shoulders, your tension, your snappy, all of the things. So it's just, and again, sometimes it's, you can be in that season where, you kind of got to like, listen, I got to grind. This is what I, need to do. And again, sometimes those seasons are hard, but again, the guy, thank you so much, Lexi, for joining from. We're talking about all things personal finances tonight, and we're talking about our budget. So let me know if you guys have any more questions for me in reference to the budget. Let me know if I can explain something again for you. Let me know in the chat. If you're like, you know what, Janine, can you just explain that for me again? And I'm going to work on me trying to figure out, because I have another template that's coming out that is actually going to be a game changer in reference to this. This is a budget template, but this other template that I'm about to release, it's going to have a calendar for you to be able to plug your bills in. It's going to have a subscription tracker in there. Y'all, it's going to be a game changer. I love it. I have these tools coming out for you guys. You know what I mean? So, and I'm like, I really want to show it. I got to get better on trying to figure out how I'm going to show you guys why I actually can do it. But let me know in the chat if you have any questions for me. Like, Janine, I need you to go over this again for the budget. Let me know, you guys. I'm sorry. I'm just looking at this. And again, give yourself grace, you guys. I want you to know that budget is not a set it and forget it. It's not like a one time, I'm going to do my budget and I'm going to get it together. Then that's just, I'm only do it one time. It's not a set it and forget it. Give yourself grace. Know that if you're like, dang, this just confused me, or this overwhelms me, my numbers is off, I'm in the negative. Thank you so much, Rob, for joining, friend. Truly appreciate it. If you're in the negative, if you're like, dang, I need to bring in more money, give yourself grace, friend. Give yourself grace. Budgets, I know, and again, people think like, oh, it's so restrictive, I can't do this. No. Budget doesn't have to be restrictive, but again, we want to create systems in place. We want to make it easier for you. And again, it's just like any new habit, right? Like when you go into the gym and you trying to lose weight, your body hurts at first, and you got to create this new routine and all of the things. And it's the same thing like your budget. Give yourself grace. If your budgets feel tight, remember, so did the widow's jar of oil. But when she trusted God, the oil never ran out. Ooh, that's 2 Kings 4:17. If your budget feels tight right now, remember, so did the widow's jar of oil. Trust God enough that He is going to, even if sometimes your numbers don't add up. And sometimes you may look at your budget and be so discouraged and say, you know what, I'm living paycheck to paycheck. I'm never going to save. I am never going to get out of this debt. Friend, give yourself grace. Know that God still can provide. I have been in the season where I have lived paycheck to paycheck and robbed Peter to pay Paul, and my bills were still paid on time. Okay. We serve a God that is still in the business of blessing us. Okay. Let me know if this is resonating for someone. Let me know if this is resonating for you guys. Let me know. I want you to give yourself grace when it comes down to your budget. Know that, again, this is, it's not a set it and forget it thing. It takes time. It takes practice. But the better you get at it, the more you do it, the better you get. And the more that you honestly invite God into your finances, guys, it gives you, it gives you a chance to really see how God can move in your life. So let me know if I'm dropping some gems, if this resonated for you in a way. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. I feel like, my lives be, some heavy stuff, and I'll be like, dang, my chat is not chatting, y'all. Put some stickers in the comments. Let me know you guys are still here with me. I need to create some stickers, y'all. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Let me know that you guys are still with me. Put some stickers in the chat. Put some diamonds in the chat. Am I dropping gems? Did I help you? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Any questions? Like, I just don't get the budget thing. Let me know. Oh, let me see. What is it? Oh, thank you so much, friend. I'm like, wait a minute. What is that? Is that like a cat? Thank you so much, friend. Truly appreciate it. I'm like, let me know, and I know personal finances it's a very hard topic. I know it is. It's a very hard topic. It's not easy to talk about. It can be very overwhelming, especially if you have variable maybe your money is up and down, and you still have bills to pay. I'm making orders while watching, but I'm here. Okay, you making orders from friend. I am going to order from you because my niece, I told her I was going to order her a little pink headband and she loves Minnie Mouse. She absolutely loves Minnie Mouse. So I'm definitely doing an order for her. Definitely. And shout out to my friend. Am I saying the name right? The Coquette Co. The Coquette Co. I'm probably saying it wrong, friend. I'm sorry. Check her out, you guys. I'm pinning her right now. If you go to her page and look she makes these handmade. Yes, it's right. The Coquette Co. Okay, she makes these handmade like headbands. It's like Minnie Mouse. Well, it looks like Minnie Mouse, and it's like handmade. It is so cute. So if you have a niece, or if you have any small kids, she makes great things. Go check her out, you guys. Go check her out. And it's handmade and it's really, really pretty, you guys. So make sure you go check her out. But again, anybody else have any questions about the budget? Thank you so much. Of course, I love your stuff, friend. I'm definitely going to be ordering from you. Love it. Anybody else have any questions? Let me know. And again, like I said, like I always say, you guys, again, the budget is not a set it and forget it type of thing. There are so many. Thank you so much, Sean, for liking the live, friend. Thank you so much. Let me know if you learned something tonight, friend. Let me know if you feel better about your budget. Put it in the chat. If you're like, you know what, I feel a little bit better about my budget, or you know what, you could be like, Janine, I'm still stressed about my budget. Let me know. Thank you. You're welcome, Miss Jessie. Thank you. Let me know. Lady Nikki, let me know. Thank you so much for liking the live. If you guys have any more questions for me, let me know in the chat. Like, oh, you know what, you feel good about your budget, or that savings info. I got you, Miss Jessie. I got you, definitely. I know, I got you. Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will talk about the exact banks to put your high yield savings account. It stresses me to do a budget. However, I know it needs to be done. Sean, friend, I get it. It does. Budget is stressful. Yes, I feel good about my budget. Lady Nikki, thank you. I'm glad you feel good about your budget. Sean, friend, message me. We will do your budget together. I will walk alongside you and help you do. I know it's very, very stressful when we talk about budgets. I know it is. So look at the numbers and all of that. But I promise you, friend, it will get better. I promise you it will. Lady Nikki, thank you so much for feeling good about your budget. I'm glad. Miss Jessie, the savings information. Definitely on Wednesday, I'm going to make sure I'm going to have 3 top banks for you guys to for you guys to park your emergency fund in. Okay, and I'll make sure that I have the interest rates on all of the banks. I make sure I do all my research because I got like 3 banks in mind. But I gotta be doing my research, you guys, before I just be telling y'all to park y'all money there. You know what I mean? Like I just, I gotta do the research first. But yeah, come back Wednesday, savings, and we will talk about high yield. So that will be the topic of Wednesday's high yield savings. And what are the things that you need to be looking for in a high yield savings account, the banks that are good to park your money, and why it's even good to have a high yield savings, because we want our money to grow for us. And that's what they call of like passive income, which I don't really feel like. Would I say that's passive income? Probably it could be, right? Because the more money you put in that high yield savings, the higher you are going to get, the more interest you're going to get. So I guess it could, you know what I mean? But again, we got to start somewhere. Some people finances, they can't even save $100. So it really just depends. But awesome. Yes. But definitely come back. I'm make sure that I have all the information for you guys. And listen, y'all, I'm getting a whiteboard so I can really, because I'm such a visual person, y'all. I don't know. I feel like most people, especially like the finance creators, I'm a visual person. I want to show y'all. I want to break it down. I want y'all. She will. Thank you so much for the repost, friend. Thank you so much for being here. We are talking about all of the budgets. I'm such a visual person, y'all. So I want to like write it down and show y'all, like, okay, this is what you do, all of that. So I got to get it together. Because I be seeing those big financial gurus and they be having, I'm visual too. Yes. And it's just like, it's one thing to actually, it's the one thing to tell you, thank you so much, She Will, for getting the heart me. Period. Me too. Get you some fake money in cash and register. LOL. Yes, friend. No, I'm getting it together. Y'all know. Listen, I'm about to be. We gonna be teaching. Listen, I tell people all the time. Like if I want to do anything, our brains love pictures. I know She Will. Listen, I get it. Because it's one thing to really explain to you what a budget is and get the numbers and do all that. But it's another thing for you to actually see it, for you to be like, dag, okay, that's where she crossed that out. Or you know what? It's one thing to see it. But then I feel like also too, for you to remember some things, you may forget the words that I said, right? But if I write down a bank and I say SoFi, this is where you should get your high yield savings, you're going to remember what I wrote down rather than you remember what I said. So I'm working on it, you guys. I'm trying to elevate it. Give me a chance. Matter of fact, I'm going to go to Staples maybe tomorrow, because I'm not on live tomorrow. So I'm going to definitely, because I'm going to come prepared for y'all. I'm going to come prepared. And that means that I'm going to have to get this phone and the camera together. So then that way, when I'm showing y'all, so I could still be looking at the comments, I probably have to get the second device. But yeah, Wednesday we are going to be talking about all things high yield savings accounts. She Will. Thank you so much, friend, for coming in. So we talked about all things about budget Wednesday at 8 p.m. Sean, yes, 8 p.m. friend. Yes. Neuroscience says when we combine actions while learning, we remember. Oh, love that. Miss Treetop, thank you so much for joining, friend. Thank you so much for being here. I love that. She Will. Love it, love it, love it. Yes, I know I need to, because it's just like, it's one thing to, again, tell you about the budget, but then it's another thing to actually show you. Hello, friend. Hello. So thank you so much for getting the heart me. So She Will, we were talking about tonight, we broke down the budget, the steps on how to budget. And this is one of my budget tracker sheets that I have. The link is in my bio. Thank you so much for the populars. But again, I just went through the steps for you doing a budget. And I tell people all the time, I do this religiously every single time I get paid. I do not play. Every single time I get paid, I fill out this budget tracker. And one of the things, really quick that I went over is this first category is your income. You writing down all your income on here. Guess what? Guess what, She Will? What am I guessing? Elise, thank you so much for joining, friend. I'm the daughter of 2 accountants. Look, so you already know. Look, so I ain't got to explain anything to you. G-Lyn, thank you so much for joining, friend. So listen, listen. So you daughter of two accountants. My mom is an accountant as well. So you know I know. So we know. Thank you so much for liking the live. So again, so I ain't got to tell you my little spiel about the budget because you already know. And I get it. I get it. Okay. You a daughter of two accountants. My mom's an accountant too as well. So she taught your girl well. So you get it. You get it. You definitely get it. But again, yes, that's what we talked about for the people that are not daughters of accountants. We definitely were just talking about the budget. And again, I feel like people just, you know, it's so overwhelming again when we talk about our budget, and it seems like, oh my God, like, you know, when they hear the word budget, they just kind of cringe, like, oh my gosh, I'm just, you know, I can't buy anything. And again, I just wanted to be able to break it down in a simple way, you guys, for you to know that, you know, budgets can be easy when you you know, you do it more often, and you know, you build those good habits. And then also too, one of the things that I always talk about is invite God into your finances. I am a Christian budget coach, so we definitely are going to invite God into our finances. Yes, people have negative feelings associated either the word budget. Yes, I know. I know. Listen, when people see me, they be like, oh, you're a budget coach. Glad you help people learn better. Yes, I really try to. I definitely try to. And try to break it down as simple as possible. And I always try to help people create systems. What systems can you put in place to help you be better with your money, with your finances? What things can you you know, like you know, on also too, on one of the lives I did live with Coach Jesse, and we were talking about like I do a budget meeting with my sons, and I was like never even thought about like that I probably should maybe do some content about that. But what are the things that, what are the healthy habits that we are putting in place around our finances? But by doing your budget every week or every 2 weeks, or tracking your expenses, or you know, looking at your debt, writing down your debt, picking out a strategy that you're going to use to pay off your debt. So all of these things are so important. Yes, teaching our children is important. Absolutely. I tell my kids all the time, I'm like, you guys, my sons, the way that we talk about finances and the budget, they be like, man, I tell them, y'all going to be a step above, like in y'all, like, you know, in y'all age group. Like my one son, 18 with a 750 credit score. And that's because of his mom. Okay. I told him, I said, at 18, I ain't have no 750 credit score. His credit is right there up neck and neck with mine at 18. But again, these are things that we put in place. I've been teaching him about credit cards, keeping the credit cards under 10%. Yes. Thank you so much, friend. And again, this is all I told him about auto pay. He was like, Mom, everybody don't have their bills on auto pay. I'm like, no, they don't. He was like, what? I said, listen, see, you learn a lot because I've taught you things, but I said, ask any adult, do they have their bills on auto pay? And I guarantee you the answer will be no. Because your mom just started doing auto pay in my late 30s. Okay. He was like, what? He 18, all bills on auto pay, don't play no games, got a 750 credit score. My 20-year-old has like an 800 credit score. And again, these are things that I've been teaching them. I tell them keep their credit cards under 10%. Make sure you pay it off. It's a couple other gems that I taught them to increase their credit score. So being financially literate, making sure that we're talking to our kids, but you know, educating them in a way, also modeling that. And it's okay if we are not so financial literate, right? But we can all learn. One of the things that, thank you so much, Amy, for joining, friend. One of the things that I tell people that I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do, because I am working on it. But one of the things that I always tell people is I'm 28 and never was taught. You are doing amazing job. When you know better, you do better for sure. Oh, thank you so much, friend. Thank you so much. And again, it's trial and error. You 28, girl, I'll add a 10 on there. I'm 38. Okay. So, and again, it's trial and error, but definitely I feel like, you know, we all have to educate ourselves. And one of the books that I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to incorporate it into, you know, my community is one of the things that I want us to do is not only take the budgeting tips and learn, but we need to be educating ourselves as a community of women as well. Right. And one of the first books that I want us to read is The Psychology of Money. I want us to really think about how, how the psychology and how you think, and maybe some ways that you were taught, maybe some things that you grew up can maybe affect how you handle your money right now. Thank you so much for joining, friend. Thank you so much. Truly appreciate it. So I'm trying to figure out, you guys, how I'm going to do it, how I'm going to incorporate it. But it's so important to educate yourselves, to make sure that you are reading and understanding how to be better with your finances. Yes, to take the tips and all that, but to also read. There's so much in its power in knowledge and reading. It's so fundamental. So there's so many financial books out there that I definitely can recommend, but I definitely want to start with The Psychology of Money. It is a very, very good book, and it will teach us, just how we think about our money. It's so, so, so important. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna do it, y'all. But your girl's working on some things. And again, just trying to figure out what to do in reference to that. But again, taking the tips, learning from it, making sure that you educate yourself. And yeah, make sure that you have a tracker. Make sure you download this, y'all. Like, I'm telling you, I don't play when it comes to these trackers. Like, and again, I'm going to probably, I'm working on another tracker that's going to be easier, that I'm going to release soon, maybe within the next week. So I'll let you guys know. I'll probably do a live where I show you exactly how to use the tracker. It's really user friendly. It's very easy. Plug your numbers into it. And again, these are one of the systems that you want to put in place for you to be able to be better with your budget. So let me know, you guys, if you have any more questions. So glad for everybody to be here on a Monday evening, y'all. Monday evening in reference to our finances, y'all. We are going to get it together, especially going into Q4. We got 3 more months, you guys. And we still got time to get our finances together. How are we going to walk into 2026? We're going to walk into 2026 stronger, more knowledgeable about our finances, and we are going to claim it, you guys. Okay? We are going to claim it. So let me know in the chat if you have any questions. If you guys liking the live, I think I'm definitely going to probably pray us out. One thing that's always going to be in my lives. Listen, you definitely gonna get some budgeting tips. You're gonna get some encouragement, and you're gonna get a prayer at the end. So that's just how I flow. So let me know if you guys have any questions for me before I jump off. Okay. Let me know. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for tapping out the live, for sharing it out. Make sure you guys come back Wednesday. We're going to talk about all the things, high yield savings accounts. We're going to talk about the different banks for us to park our money in. And I'm going to have the whiteboard for y'all. So we're going to be more visual, and I'm going to get it together. So let me know in the chat. Let me know if you have any questions before I jump off. Truly appreciate everyone for being on here. I'm glad that you guys, feel a little bit better about your budget. And if you are still like, dang, man, I'm really still stressed about my budget, message me. I am here for you, friend. I can walk you through it. I can really look at your finances and say, okay, this is what we need to do. This is what we need to tweak. I do one-on-one coaching. I also just do a free discovery call. Like, you know what? Let me just figure out how I can help you. And there's so many different options for me to help you. Maybe you say, you know what, Janine, I really can't do the coaching right now because it's too, I can't afford it. But maybe you want to do the templates. So if you get a template, I always can, do a call for me to walk you through it on exactly how to do it. Maybe some advice that I have for you. So there's so many different ways that I can help because I truly want to help. I'm not just going to be on here and be like, oh, I want to help and not honestly mean it. I truly want to help as much as I can. So let me know. If you guys don't have any more questions for me, I can pray us out and we can pray over, our week. We prayed over our week yesterday, but again, if you guys don't have any more questions for me, then I'm gonna pray us out. So again, everybody watching on the YT, truly appreciate you guys. I see you guys watch on the replay and you guys watch all the content and nobody be commenting. So let me know where you are watching from. If you are enjoying my content, please let me know. Truly appreciate it. I look at all the comments. So again, Nisa, thank you so much for joining, friend. I'm actually towards the end, and I am going to pray us out. Man, I've been around these. Listen, I get it, girlfriend. Listen, I be in these streets too, y'all. I be in these streets trying to go in and support my, people, and try to really go out there and meet new people and support. So as a live host, trust me, I do not take it personal when people come in and out. I truly, truly appreciate it. But again, I said Wednesday, we're going to talk about high yield savings account. We're going to talk about a couple banks that I recommend for you to park your high yield savings account, and just talk about the benefits about having a high yield savings account. So make sure you come back Wednesday. I'll be dropping some gems for you. Make sure you invite your girlfriends. Listen, if you don't have a high yield savings account, by the end of my live on Wednesday, you will know where to park your money at and a couple banks that I personally recommend. So make sure you come back Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But again, I am going to update my bio, y'all. But matter of fact, I registered, I created events for all of my lives for this week. So you can go to the link in my bio and click the live, and you will see the event Save with Grace, and you can hit register. It's free. So then that way it alerts you when I'm live, and it'll put it on your calendar. So just in case you forget, because I forget all the time. Okay. So, this is hopefully my thing. My thing is about to die. My thing is about to die. Okay, y'all. So I'm going to pray this out really quick. And I hope that you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. Father God, thank you for every woman on this live tonight. You see her heart, God. You see her home. You see her hustle. Teach us to steward our income with faith and discipline and peace. We rebuke lack, fear, and confusion, and we declare that every dollar was stretched in divine order. Lord, remind us that budgeting is not about restriction. It's about alignment. We will budget with faith, and we will prosper with grace. In Jesus' name, I pray all of these things. Amen. You guys, if you were touched by this live, if you were encouraged by the live, thank you so much for being here. Amen. Amen. Thank you so much, you guys, for being here. I truly appreciate everyone for being here, for liking the gifts, the shares. I hope you guys, feel a little bit more about your budget. Amen. Thank you so much, friend. Amen. Lisa, thank you so much, friend, for being here. It's actually the end of the live. But come back Wednesday, friend. Actually, we need to talk, because I want to talk about our collaboration that we're doing too. So we definitely need to talk. But again, hey, friend. Hey, girlfriend. Hey. I definitely want to talk about our collaboration. But again, if you were blessed by this live, definitely put an amen in the chat. If you learned something, then I did my job. And I hope that you guys remember to come back on Wednesday. Make sure that you share it out. Make sure that you let your girlfriends know that if you are struggling with your budget, or you want to save, or you really want to know more about high yield savings account, make sure you come back Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you so much for everyone that's being here. Thank you so much for spending time with me on this Monday evening, see you Wednesday. Yes, see you Wednesday. Thank you so much for just being here, taking time. You could be anywhere. You could be in anybody's live, but you chose to sit here and be here with me. So I truly appreciate you guys' time. Have a good evening. Thank you so much. You have a good evening as well. I really, truly appreciate everyone's time, because I know everyone's time is precious. And listen, we it's busy. Thank you so much for the roses. Truly appreciate you, friend. Truly appreciate you. So again, I truly appreciate everyone on here, everyone tapping it out, everyone sharing it. Oh, truly appreciate you so much, friend. Truly appreciate you. And make sure you thank you so much for joining, friend. And see, it's always like this, y'all. When you about to end the live, everybody be trying to come. Everybody be trying to come on the live, like joining, and I be hating it, like hit the button with all of these people in my room. Oh man, it's a live post. People want to join when you want to end the live. It is always like that, y'all. It's always like that. But no, I truly appreciate everyone for being here. Make sure you check your girl out on Wednesday, y'all, at 8 p.m. Let me see, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check me out. I will be here. Okay, so I'm really ending this time, and I want you to remember: budget with faith and prosper with grace. I love you guys, and I will see you on Wednesday. Peace. Peace.